everybody. Okay, so I'm using my selfie stick. I'm out in my fire escape, and let me see if you guys can see, if I can turn this over. This is my hood, y'all. This is where I grew up. If you guys can see that. Let me turn it around. It's probably gonna be a little wobbly. Yes, there's a church right there. There's like a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, this is Washington Heights. That's my air conditioner. So yeah, I was gonna, well, let me see. I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if you guys can see it. Can you see it? Let me see. Ooh, that. Let me see. Should be able to show you. Oh, that's noise, but I hope that you guys can see all of that, all of this, all of this, all of this, all of it, all of it, all of it. There you go. Okay, so that's my neighborhood. So enough of that. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because, and the noise, you guys, I live in the city, I live in New York, and I'm next to my air conditioner. So I wanted to make this video because of a little troll that came on my page a couple of days ago, I think sometime this weekend. And she took it upon herself to call me all sorts of names, and I called the bitch out right back. And then I stopped answering because I told myself, like, why the fuck am I answering to this fucking imbecile? Why do I have to feel like I have to explain my spirituality to somebody, right? Or explain the fact that I am not baptized in Santeria or any type of Yoruba, Ifam, none of that. Or Palo, I'm not baptized in that. And the reason why she was calling me a crackhead and all these names under my Oshun videos or videos that have to do with honey jars is because I said that I wasn't baptized, and she's like, oh, you need to go speak to a high priestess or a priestess and see like who is in your head. You guys, I cursed that bitch out like there was no motherfucking tomorrow, and I should have never. Shame on me for luring myself to the bullshit, because from now on, people like that will just be blocked. Like, you're gonna just be blocked. You're going to be absolutely fucking blocked and then some, because of the simple fact that you're going on somebody else's content, on somebody else's channel, to tell them off about their spiritual path. If you want to give constructive advice or constructive criticism, there are ways to do so. If you are a high priestess yourself, or you are 15 years old in the craft, because you know, well, maybe some of you guys don't know, but if you are initiated into these Santeria religions, I'm going to just call it Santeria. Even though there's a lot of different layers to it, when you, it's like being born again. Like if you're a Christian and you are being born again, they give you, you're literally born again. They give you a different name, and they also give you a different, you're no longer 50 years old, you're no longer 24, you're no longer 15, you're now 1 year old, or 9 months, or 6 months, or whatever. And it goes by the many years, or how many years you have been practicing within their religion. If most of you that have been following me since I started my channel a couple of months ago would know that I'm not religious. I don't go to churches unless I'm going because I got invited to a church. I'm very open to different perspectives, and that's okay for me. I'm not trying to convert anybody or trying to move anybody in some way, shape, or form, or whatever the case may be. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to everybody's perspective. Whatever the fuck you want to do with your spirituality it's your movement, it's your life, it is your spiritual well-being, whether I agree with that or not. I'm not going to go to someone else's page that's practicing something that I'm not doing, or that I'm not crazy about, or that I don't agree with, to tell them that they're a bunch of crackheads and they sound like a fucking clown. If you really cared for you're a witch or another goddess, as your name is goddess whatever, if you knew that and you were seasoned enough to tell me that I sound like a clown, or you had your own following and you told me you sound like a fucking clown, in a different way, I would have said something totally and completely different. I wouldn't have cursed you out, because people have their ways of approaching things. But you coming at me in a certain way because you don't agree, or you think I sound like a clown, makes you look fucking stupid. It makes you look fucking ridiculous. It makes you look more ignorant than me, right? Because I work with the air. Since I'm not baptized, I work with air. That's what they tell you when you got baptized into something. You have no idea what the fuck is in your head. Because I got stories for you, and I'm about to break this shit down. Oh yes, I am. Because you bitches got me sick and tired. Because you don't only troll on my page, you troll on other people's page that want to come out of the hole. It's a secret. You're gonna be in a secret. It's a secret community. We're a tight-knit community. It's a secret. If you continue with the fucking it's a secret and you don't want to let anybody in, because it's a secret, or you want to fucking teach somebody something totally and completely different, which is what happened to me within my own family members, then you bitches are not in it for the right reasons. And your God that you venerate, tell y'all the buff I said hello. Tell that motherfucker I said hello. Tell him mommy says hello. I'm sure he'll have a fucking answer for your stupid ass. And I'm not just talking to the girl that made the comment. I'm talking to all of you in general. All of you people that think this way, that you can talk down to somebody just because they don't have, you don't have your, you don't have a padrino or a padrina or a madrina. You don't have somebody, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I get that you're offended. I would be offended too if I have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars to get baptized with different spirits in my head, when their energy is totally free. Just like there is free energy in the ethers, in the darkness, their energy is also free. And if you're a real mystic, and I don't like to say like, oh, if you're a real mystic, if you're not a real mystic, oh, I don't even know why I put my button on because I'm hot as hell. God, I don't like to say, oh, you're a fake witch or you're a real witch. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you understood and you knew what you were doing or what you're doing, you should know not to say that to people that aren't baptized, okay? Because if you were taught in alchemy, you know that you're a spiritual being, and as a spiritual being, you can connect and contact other spiritual beings without having to pay. It takes practice and a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge. That is the secret. Like a lot of people like to say, that's the secret didn't tell you. Those are one of the secrets the secret did not tell you. You do not have to be baptized with anything, especially if it's in your DNA. And that's why I keep telling you guys in my videos about spirits. If you come from a certain place in this world that venerates a certain deity or goddess, or that used to venerate a certain deity, god, or goddess, you are going to be a step closer to connecting with that goddess, deity, or God than other people that are not from that part of the world. For example, I'm Dominican. In the Dominican Republic, we practice a lot of palo. Santeria, brujeria, we practice that. That is voodoo. Not even hoodoo, we voodoo, straight up. Palos, 21 divisions, that is voodoo, voodoo. That is the voodoo. That is what that is. Some people don't like to call it that because they want to have another name or feel embarrassed because of the stigma that has been attached to the name, which is okay. It's your perspective, that's your life, whatever. But I just want people to understand, like, you coming after somebody whom you feel is a clown or lower than you because they didn't pay the amount of money that you paid to connect to a spirit. Not to a fucking spirit, but to a spirit or to a deity, makes you look like a complete imbecile, and you're practicing from your ego. That means you're not connected to spirit. You're not connected to the fifth element. You're connected to ego, okay? You're connected to what they feed you, because I'll tell you, and this is where I'm going in about what they tell you when you're in this practicing Santeria under the religion of Santeria. In some houses, not all of them, in some houses it is like that. They tell you can practice anything. You can work with whatever deity you want because you're a god, you're a goddess. You can do whatever you want, right? It's the same thing I just told you. But for the most part, at least I have not experienced that, and most of the people that I speak to have not experienced anything other than what I'm about to tell you, is that when you are practicing and you are communicating with the spirit, it is not just you're a god or a goddess and you can use and abuse the spirits or the entities or spirits that are around you. That's not what that's about. That's not what Santeria is about. It's about building the relationship with your higher self, with the ego that you've now created in this lifetime, in this experience that you're having, and also to connect to God and to Goddess and the divinity of the Holy Spirit and its many faces, which means all the deities that you work with, because they're all connected to the Holy Spirit. They're all part of the Elohim, right? I gotta change my position. So that means you have to respect them. And when you disrespect somebody else because of their belief system or because of what they're practicing and who they're practicing with, you're disrespecting that entity that you are saying that I don't work with. Let me take you back to the comments. This individual says, I don't work with Oshun because I'm not baptized with Oshun, and I need to figure out who exactly is on my head. The all is in my head, little girl. Okay? Tell your little priestess and your godmother and your godfather, whoever the fuck is leading you, and your witches and whoever the fuck connected themselves to you, using your energy and seeing and watching everything you do. Little girl, little boys out there talking shit and thinking you're hunting a bag of chips because you're walking around and you see people's energies, and I can do this, and so I'm better than you because I can do that, because that's what most of you do, especially in New York City. That's what the fuck most of you guys do, and it's fucking sickening. That shit is sickening to me. Oh, I have my alejes and I have my alejes or whatever it is, the necklaces that you guys can wear to represent the spirits that you guys are baptized with and the energies that you guys are baptized with. Oh yeah, I work with this person so that if I wear this, people know not to fuck with me. Stop fucking with people so that people don't fucking fuck with you. Do you understand how that works? Stop coming to other people's pages and commenting on other people's followers to talk shit about what the fuck you did or didn't do, right? Yes, that is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting behavior. And I know exactly what the fuck you fuck with, and you guys are not fucking with orishas, okay? You're not. You are doing the same thing our ancestors had to do back in the days, and I'm gonna fucking say it because a lot of houses, this is what a lot of houses are doing. You guys have these high priests and priestesses allowing you guys to work out of fucking fear and telling you you're the CEO, the great of everything, but you're working on fear because they tell you if you stop feeding the spirits, they're gonna stop doing this for you. You're supposed to have a contract with these deities, and then when you want to cut off that contract, you cut it off respectfully, with a lot of respect and honor because of what they've done for you and what you've done for them, and they won't understand that. Now, if you're out here cutting off deities, using and abusing, then that tells me something about you. You're not a spiritual being, and you're not having a relationship with your fellow spiritual being, whether that is an orisha or not. Okay? As far as what? Oh my God, there's an ambulance coming, or maybe it's gonna turn. All right. So anyway, let me see who's calling me. I can't. Anyway, so back to what you guys work with. I know what the fuck you guys work with. You guys, like I said, are hiding things behind those altars and behind those deities, and I don't knock you because there's millions and millions of other spirits that you can work with outside of the orishas, outside of what we have been taught to be our tradition, and I respect that 1001%, but don't fucking lie to people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't lie to people. If it's because of that, don't fucking mention that you are even a spiritual being. Just do what you gotta do. Read for people. Do what you got. Heal for people. Heal people. That's it. Just do what the fuck you gotta do. Don't fucking lie to people and tell them, I'm a santero, I'm this, I'm that. Because you know what my aunt used to do? She's like, I'm part of the 21 divisions. She used to work with like extraterrestrials. I've seen them with my own eyes. You could call me crazy. I don't give a fuck. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's not just the orishas governing the heavens. It's not just Ifa governing the heavens, and you fucking know that. and you have the fucking audacity to sit here and call somebody else a hypocrite, or tell somebody that they're working with fucking air when you know what the fuck you're doing. The fucking all-seeing eye, my ass. Do you understand what the fuck I'm saying to you? Whoever the fuck wants to come to my page or go to somebody else's page, think about what the fuck you're doing. That tells me you all are being exposed, and you can't fucking take the pressure. That other people are realizing the power that they have within themselves. You all are not even spiritual beings. I repeat, you all are not even spiritual beings. You're not even connected to your own power if you're out here talking like that to people. That's disgusting, and I'm making this video because it's happened one too many times, and I'm not allowing it anymore. You come to my page with that bullshit and you're gonna get blocked and then some, and that's just that. Like, I'm just not dealing with that. I just want you guys to know, be careful. Those of you who are watching this video who are witches or not witches, be careful who you're fucking with. You think that because some people think that because, oh, I have to go to this high priest or high priestess because they're baptized. Ooh, they know what they're doing. They're there to take your energy. I have stories upon stories, okay, about experiences that I have with these leeches they have in the city, roaming around, taking people's energy, requesting for them or marketing themselves, giving people, oh, their little business cards are here. Take down my number. Look, I work with everything. I work with the 21 divisions, $150. Come to my altar. Knowing damn well they're just giving your soul to the fucking spirits that need to be fed, because you will always continue to go to that either house that person, giving them money, and your problems will not be resolved. I promise you. They're not doing healing work. They're not. And in this channel, I will teach people how to know who the fuck to fuck with and who not to fuck with. There's many people here that are not in it for the fucking views. I don't give a fuck about views. I'm here to teach people that are in and outside of the witchy community, especially those who are outside of the witchy community, how to defend themselves in such times as we are in today. Okay? Yes, I'm all over social media. Yes, I'm talking about this all over fucking social media, because it's happened to me one too many times, and it happened to me mostly with family members whom I held dear in my heart, and they did not appreciate that. And I do not appreciate that. I will never go to somebody's page, a fellow witch, to come and tell that witch, you're working with air, you sound like a fucking clown. Meanwhile, the videos that I'm doing about like honey jars, and about Oshun, it's just regular shit. Her feast day, she likes honey, she works with beauty, she works with relationships. If that's what you want, she will protect you, she will heal you. She works with the rivers, who she should not be next to or who she should be next to, what her number is, what her frequency is, what that number represents. But because you know the demons that you fucking work for and with, bitch, you're a slave to the system. You and anybody that has a fucking opinion about, oh, I'm a Santero and you can't talk about this because you're not baptized, you're not a Santera, so you can't talk about this. That's bullshit, and you fucking know it. You fucking know it. And not to say that I don't appreciate people that work with demons. No, fuck that. Work with whatever the fuck you want to work with. You want to work with a demon, work with a demon. Just know to protect your boundaries. It's just like angels. I work with angels, and I know their agenda. Not all angels are there for your best interest. I know their agenda. All of their agendas. Whether it's Archangel Gabriel, or Archangel Michael, or Archangel Azazel. I know what their agenda is. Okay, because they're all part of that matrix. They're all part of the I'm going to the light. They don't fucking talk about darkness. It's just a lot of things that I'm not going to get into it in this video, but when March comes and their feast day comes, I'm going to talk about that, because it's bullshit. Okay? If you're a mystic and you understand darkness and you understand the power of darkness, and I'm not talking about the color brown, I'm not talking about the color dark or black, I'm talking about the fact that the universe is mostly made out of darkness. So therefore, that's where everything is coming from, not the light. Okay? That's for one. I'm not bashing people that work with the whole love and light stuff. I don't say it not because I don't understand where you guys are coming from, but I understand where the people that put it into place are coming from. That's that, okay? And it's you same motherfuckers talking about all this other crazy shit, and you don't even respect the deities that you work with. Okay, you don't respect them, because if you were to respect them, you will not speak to a fellow witch the way you spoke to me, little girl. And whoever the fuck else wants to come to this video talking all this nonsense, like you're the all-seeing eye and everything. making comments like, oh yeah, that's why you're feeling the tingling sensations in your body. Yes, because I want to see what the fuck you're about. And you know what, little girl, when I was feeling those tingling sensations, that's because I'm opening up my chakras, because I want to know what the fuck you're about. If I'm interacting with somebody and I'm giving off fuel like that, and I'm giving off energy, my chakras are open. So whatever the fuck may be, and I'm gonna know how to handle it. Trust and believe me, I know how to handle that. And when I did that, and when you send me that message, I heard, I want your energy. You want my energy. That's why the fuck you're coming to this page thinking, oh, she's not gonna be able to handle anything. You better be careful. All of you Santeros, all of you Wiccans, all of you spiritual or so-called spiritual beings that are out here for people's energy, you better fucking watch it with that shit. Because the same shit that you're using to consume is the same shit that'll take you the fuck out. Do you understand that? I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you're using alchemy. So when it comes back to you, not tenfold, but it comes back for you and to you in your entire existence, you know how the fuck to handle it. Baby. Okay? You're gonna learn how the fuck to handle it. Back to demons. I don't consider demons evil, this, that. They're vibrating on their purpose. They have a purpose. It's what they do. It's why they were created. The shadows are there for a fucking reason. And most of the time, your tree of life, what tree have you heard of? Whether that's tree of life in the Kabbalah or a physical tree, what tree have you heard of that grows without its roots? And where do you think those demons are? They're in your roots, baby. Okay? So I don't think anything bad about demons, okay? They're their own angelic realm. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's another thing. But don't say I'm working with the Orishas and in the back burner in your altar somewhere you're possessed with a fucking demon, and that's the whisper spirit that talks to you. And that's the whisper spirit that's been talking to you about, oh, I feel her energy. Tell her I feel her energy. Little girl, you need to go somewhere. Because when I've been there. Cuando tú venías, yo había regresado 10,000 veces. Cuando tú venías, ya yo había regresado 10,000 veces. Ustedes son una maldita en el maldito teclado. Ustedes aquí en el plataforma de YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, todo. En el medio social, ustedes son una malditas en el maldito teclado. Pero cuando se trata de ayudar al prójimo o ayudar a la próxima persona o a la persona al lado de ustedes no saben ni mierda. Ni mierda. Lo que están aquí es para causar asquerosidades en el mundo. No porque no debería de existir, pero ustedes lo hacen más de lo que el diablo tiene que hacer, no joda. Pero tu maldita vida, porque debiste de hacer un maldito aborto. Tú y quien sea que venga a mi página a hablar mierda de esa magnitud, rata, imbécil, asquerosa, debiste de hacer un maldito aborto. Busca a alguien que te dé traducción, rata. Y el que le cae esos zapatos, amárratelo bien, maldita o maldito. Okay? That's how that works. That's how that works. Some of you got some fucking nerves behind all this social media shit. But when it comes to answering to somebody, and somebody asks you a fucking question, and it's to either fix the situation or not to come for somebody or teach somebody, y'all ain't about shit. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, little girl, for those of you who are santeros and santeras, or for those of you who love, like I said, to come out here and just use and abuse other healers for the purpose of the leech that you worship. The leech that you worship. I said, this is blessing and love, okay? This is Asher right here, not this. And because of this, I'm gonna show you how you're like this. I'm gonna tell you a little story, little girls and little boys, okay? And when I play out here these fucking little games and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're just getting your ego fed. You're part of the fucking system. As if we're all not slaves, but bitch, you bitches, y'all make the system stench. Y'all make the fucking system stench up a fucking storm. Okay, you're a slave to the system, all right? On top of the fact that your physical body is a slave to the system, your spiritual energy and your frequency is a slave to the system because you feed in it and you know the purpose of it. If you're a real mystic, I'll tell you this, if you're a real mystic, you should know that you shouldn't only be venerating the goddess or the gods of this world, or Yaldabaoth of this world. You should fucking know that. You should see the all. There's a whole fucking universe out there with millions and millions and billions and gazillions of species. And you think you're the big and bad? You think you're bad, you're fucking bag in a bag of chips? I mean, big in a bag of chips? The big bag motherfucking wolf, but you ain't shit? That's what you are, honestly. That's what the fuck you guys are. Now, what can I say? I understand that when you doing your fucking thing, people gonna come for you. But when it's a fellow witch, that shit bothers me. That shit hurts. I can take that shit from anybody else, but from somebody that's practicing alchemy, like you say you're supposed to be practicing, and that you're practicing and you're doing this and you're baptized with that and you're this, you're that, you fucking corny, bitch. You a fucking cornball. You and whoever the fuck else thinks like that. You a fucking cornball. And that shit is that shit is hurtful to another witch. Instead of teaching other witches and expanding in your spirituality, or getting together and creating something better for other people and to heal other people, or to heal your fucking self. You want to sit here and talk down to other people and other witches, or your fellow witches, your fellow sisters and brothers? You fucking corny. Now, I'm gonna take it back to when I was 15, 16 years old. And that music you guys heard, that's called reggaeton, baby, alright? Hey. Okay, anyway. So when I was 15 or 16 years old, I was mounted by Santa Marta la Dominadora. And I wasn't gonna make this video until a long time, but I feel like this whole situation with this individual just sparked up my need to talk about it, because a lot of people don't understand that for you to be mounted by the gods, you don't need to be baptized, right? And I also think that her feast day is coming up soon, if not this week. Like today's the 28th, I think, 27th, 28th, and I don't know if it's, oh my god, I think it's tomorrow. I hope I'm not, I don't know, I don't work with her. I've left her offerings outside of my home because of the fact that she helped me with my awakening when I did not know, and I appreciate that, even though she didn't mean to hurt me the way she hurt me in my physical body. But I'll tell you why she hurt me. Like I said, you don't need to be mounted by the god. You don't need to be baptized to be mounted by the gods. When I was about 16 or 15 years old, I was at a party that my aunt had done. It was a palo. It was a palo party, and we, meaning my mom and I, had stood in her house a little longer than after the party, because we wanted to make sure that she was okay. I started feeling, anyway, I started feeling this like tingle in my spine, and that's how I feel when spirit is around, or when a spirit, god, goddess is around, and they'll let me know via my third eye who they are and the message that they have, either for me or the person that I'm reading for, or the person that I'm next to, or who the message belongs to. So yes, you guys are gonna be hearing a lot of music because I'm outside. So anyway, so I started feeling it, and after a while, I don't remember what happened, and all I remember is waking up in front of my, or coming back into consciousness, in front of my aunt's altar. And in front of her altar, she was throwing like holy water on me. She was throwing water on me. She was throwing Florida water on me. She was throwing alcohol, rubbing alcohol on my neck, so that I can just get out of the trance. And I was mounted by Santa Marta la Dominadora. That was the first time that I was mounted by her. And I had no idea what was happening. As I saw myself outside of my body, I had no idea, because I didn't practice it. I just stood there. I just stood there, but I don't remember what happened. I just don't remember. Then the second time was that same night. I was home, getting ready to go to bed. I was feeling a little refreshed. I felt like I was walking on air or something. I didn't know how to knock that feeling away or knock that feeling out. And as I was about to go to sleep, I fell into another trance. But I kept like getting myself out of it because I didn't know. I just kept brushing it off because I didn't know. I couldn't fall asleep. By that time, it was like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I had woken my mother up and I told her, I said, you know what, Mom? I can't fucking sleep. She's like, you know what? Go back to bed. I sound like a fucking storyteller because I've told this story so many times to my friends and to people that like want to become witches and stuff. But anyway, it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I went into what I want to say it was a dream or dream state. And in that dream, I was around so many snakes, and I just didn't feel bad at all. It was amazing. And the snakes were communicating with me. I was communicating with them. It was an amazing feeling, right? I don't know why the fuck it felt so amazing to me, but that's exactly what happens. Now, my body woke up, and I was outside of my body. As I saw my body doing whatever it was that it was doing, again, I was mounted by Santa Marta la Dominadora, right? She goes by different names in different sectors of Santeria or Espiritismo. And hey, anyway, and yeah, but she in the 21 division, she's known as Santa Marta la Dominadora. So when I'm looking at myself outside of my body, I kept asking my mom for glass. I wanted to eat glass, and I wanted to be on the floor. I wanted to eat dirt. As a child, I used to eat dirt for a living. I kid you not. A lot of people have told me that she would be my head if I were to ever get baptized, but I would not get into it because I know what the fuck they do. I know what they do to people. I know what the fuck you guys are doing. And that's not okay. And it's none of my business to say you shouldn't do it, but I personally would not go into that. So anyway, so if I were to ever get baptized, that's what I would do. I mean, that's who would my head be. My head would be. And as I was in this trance, back to the story, as I was in this trance, my parents continued to try to wake me up with like Florida water, holy water, and like rubbing alcohol. Y agua de ruda. It's called agua de ruda. I'll show you guys in another video what agua de ruda is. It's very important to have in your house. And I remember giving my mom a message that night. She gave my mom a message that night about a family member. And what was supposed to come to her in the next 2 to 3 years. And she wanted to give my mom that message via my body. And when I was out of the trance, my mom called my aunt and she's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, did you do something? And she's like, no. And my aunt explained to her, Madeline's head is open. Her sixth sense is always open and always vibrating. She needs to learn how to control that and how to go in and out of trances. If she wants to baptize herself, I can let you know who to go to in the Dominican Republic, and they will do it for her. My mom was like, my kid is not doing that. Oh my God. My mom was hysterical. I was hysterical because I didn't know what the fuck to do with the information that was given to me. And so that started the downfall for me as far as like alcoholism and disconnecting myself from spirituality, because I didn't know what to do with my power. So every time I hear somebody tell me, oh, you're not baptized, oh, you don't know who your head is, oh, like, I don't need that shit, okay? It's in my DNA, it's who I am, and it's who I will always be, okay? Stop the bullshit. Now, because that's exactly what it is bullshit. Now I want to let you guys know something before I go. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is conspiracy theory, whatever. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Well, before I say what I'm about to say, but I want to thank Santa Marta la Dominadora, because that day she hurt me and I was sick. Actually, I didn't even mention that, but I was sick after I was mounted by her for like 2 weeks, because I didn't know what the fuck to do, and I'm not baptized, and it just took a toll on my body because I was fighting it, you know. And from that moment on, she just gives me messages in my dreams. I don't have an altar for her. I don't think I will ever have an altar for her inside of my home, but outside of my home I give her offerings. Outside I do burials for her. I leave her things buried for her, and I feed her that way, because when things are happening to me or about to happen to me, she warns me in my dreams. And I also see another snake that is a little bit more powerful than her. You would say is like her mom or something, or her creator. But I'm not gonna give you guys that information or the name, because it's a sticky situation. But I've been enough in trances, and my dreams have revealed things to me, and she's revealed things to me. The other snake goddess has revealed things to me that not everybody needs to know. I haven't disclosed that information to not a lot of people, maybe like a couple of, like three or four people in my life, and they're still in my life, and it's because I can trust them. And one of those people is my mom, and my dad. Yeah, there's only like a handful of people that I've entrusted with the information. But if you want to work with her, she's changed my life completely. But if you want to work with her, just know that you're opening doors, and this is where it gets sticky. You need to know what you want when working with her, because you might lose it all. She's one of those goddesses that it's like you need to give her your word, because she's very she's very loyal to people that follow her. She's extremely loyal to people that follow her, and not everything that you hear about her is real or true. Those that walk around using her name to tie men down, I don't think they know what they're doing. And if you go to real espiritistas or santeros, they will tell you that, okay? Not just people that went to a river somewhere and got their head baptized, and now these spirits are telling them, I'm Santa Marta and I can tie people down. The reason why she dominates is because she literally dominates all sectors of her life. And there are different facets of her. As you know, orishas and the 21 divisions, there's different facets of them. Just so that you guys know that. What else should I tell you guys? For those of you, just a little bit of information that I can give you. Because I don't work with her directly. I work with her in a totally different facet. She's more of like a spirit guide for me, you can say. She guides me in certain directions and leads me in certain directions when need be. And around this time of the year, like summertime through the new year, she's very active in my life. And what's yet to come next year, she'll alert me, and etc., etc. But yeah, she dominates those parts or all areas of your life. It's not just to dominate a fucking lover. She also dominates enemies. She stops and stomps enemies for you. She will eat and devour the enemies that are coming for you. You need to know that. It's not about, oh, she's Santa Marta the dominator because she dominates men, or she dominates the women for you and she ties the women down. I don't know who the fuck you're working with. Because that's not all that she does. I mean, not that she doesn't do it. She does. But that's not all what she's about. She's really like an Archangel Michael of the 21 divisions in a more earthly element. In the earthly element, I'm gonna just say. And she's She will devour you. She will take you the fuck down, boy. Bitch, bye, and then some. Do you understand me? That's that. And lastly, talking for 40 minutes. And lastly, you guys, when working with her, understand that you're opening up to a different realm. And a lot of you guys hear like, oh, the Anunnaki. You guys hear, oh, the reptilian race. Well, that's what she is. She is a reptile. She is a snake. Okay? She is an androgynous snake that usually takes the form of a African American woman. For the most part. Okay? So if you want to connect to the reptilian race and you want to work with her, like I'm like low on battery, but if you want to work with her and you want to connect with that race and you want to connect with something outside of the Orishas, outside of Ifa, outside of Santeria, outside of any other form of spirituality there is on this planet, she will open those doors for you. She is the road opener for that realm that a lot of people do not like to talk about. And know that when she speaks to you about this and she comes to you with information, a lot of the information is between you and her, like most spirits. But with her, be more delicate. If she says don't say that, listen to what she's saying. Don't say that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope this video serves you well. For those of you who want to come with some shit, you're gonna get blocked from my page because I'm not even gonna deal with it. I'm here to heal people. I am a healer from the existence of my light, of my soul, of my darkness, of my shadow, of the all. Okay? I'm not here to play games with people's spirituality. That's not what I'm here for. So blessings and love to everybody, and you guys have a wonderful night. I'll be doing a lot of things. Catch me on my all of my other social media sites. So good night, everybody. Bye.